Yes, make us new rebels.
Episode 9.
Yes, make us new rebels. Hey, yeah.
Channeling a Srini Hall.
I'm on my mission. No,
Spirit
yeah,
of
yeah,
Orsini,
yeah,
please.
I'm on my mission. Don't get it twisted. I'm on my
What up,
mission.
world? It's yours truly, Eric Mazumpaka, and we're back with Stunt Corner Podcast, episode 9, and I am here with Ernest Action Jackson. Started training in 1976, the very first student of Kirk Jaques.
Right.
Yeah, right? You know, I've been doing my
yeah, no
history.
joke.
I've been doing my history. Ranked second in the World Karate Association at one point. Actually was suited to be number 1, but decided to take his talents into another career. And that's why we're here with the absolute pleasure to talk to one of my first coordinator, actually, and one of the members of Stunt Canada. Has been around for how long now?
Hard to say. 34 years now?
34 years.
87, yeah.
87.
March 3rd, 87.
Oh, wow. So
remember that
37
day.
years of experience in the career, and he's about to give us some knowledge, some lessons, some anecdotes, hopefully. And please help me welcome Ernest Action Jackson. Ernest, what's up, buddy?
Yeah. Hey, not much, man.
Yeah, good to
Thanks
see
for having
you.
me.
So, what was your first credit, Ernest?
My first credit was from Antonio Giovanni Morelli,
Okay.
and it was on
Local
Wise-
legend, by the way.
Yeah, total. Well,
Yeah.
world legend. He was a
World
he was-
legend.
He was a world
Yeah.
champion kickboxer, right?
Yeah.
And it was on the pilot of Wise Guy.
Okay.
And myself and Brad Lurie, who was basically Tony's brother in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
We did boxing scene. We did a boxing thing, and we basically just sparred. We had no choreographed stuff. We just sparred. Yeah.
And so, did you have any inkling or any sort of knowledge about the career before getting that opportunity?
I did not.
Oh,
I
you were
did
just
not.
one day
I
they were
mean,
like, hey, we need somebody with good hands.
No. I mean, Tony being around and being in the fight game at the same time and everything, and he grew up in Langley and I was in Surrey.
Yeah.
Neighbors, hoods.
Yeah.
And he was working at the time.
Yeah.
And so we all knew what he was doing. I remember being in the change room with him and his guys, and he'd have his shirt on, a movie
Yeah.
shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember one day my mom said to me, "Well, why don't you try and do what Tony does?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Wow, this is so far fetched." I didn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just kind of just brushed it off.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
3 months later, he walked into my gym and asked me if what he did is he came into the gym.
Yeah.
And trained with us for a couple days, and then at the end of one of the sessions, he said, I thought you were a lot smaller than you are.
Yeah.
And I think you could do this thing, and would you be interested in doing this gig? And I said, sure. And that's how it started. I had no inkling of it at all. No.
Wow. So,
But what I actually was going to do,
Yeah.
I actually was thinking about. I wanted to be around sports. It was my career was sort of coming to an end, and I could. I'm not making much money at it.
Yeah.
Love the sport. I mean,
Yeah.
it made me who I am. And all
yeah.
that. But I wanted to stay around sports, so I started I wanted to do broadcasting, but I thought be a cameraman would be a good thing to do.
Yeah.
So that's what I started doing. I took a course at BCIT, and I was doing this whole TV stuff,
Oh,
And
so you actually went to school.
for that.
In
But
the
I
hopes
was,
of-
but yeah, in hopes of being a cameraman. I wanted
Yeah.
to be a camera guy.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be cool to be
Yeah.
doing sports that way.
Yeah.
And then the door opened. Yeah.
And so, how old were you around this time in your life?
29.
29?
No, yeah, 29.
29. And so what?
Oh, hold on. I should say, sorry, 27.
27.
27, yeah. I retired from kickboxing at 29.
And was this at that time when you just coming back from, you did a tour around Europe, right? Because you went there to fight.
I went and fought, my last fight was in France. I fought, this guy, I can't remember his name, in a Savat fight.
Yeah.
He was a Savat champion, the middleweight champion. I fought him. But before that,
Darren.
no.
No,
You don't remember, no.
No, I was talking to
Come
Kirk
on.
Jaques. I was talking to Kirk
Jeez.
Jaques, and Kirk Jaques might have known.
All right, okay. Well,
Give
yeah.
me a second. I got some
No
notes
way.
here. I might have some intel
Are you
here.
kidding me?
Yeah. Daryl Duke.
Oh, Daryl Duke was my Canadian title.
Oh, that was a Canadian
Yeah,
title.
Canadian
Okay.
title. Canadian title. That was
So
Canadian
Daryl
title.
Duke was who you took the title from.
Yeah, she took the title from
Oh, okay.
Daryl Duke. And we're Daryl Duke, and I fought in Holland. I fought a guy named Fred Royers in Holland, and he got the decision. I personally think, and his own home crowd thought I won the fight. They gave him the decision, and his next fight he went on to win the world title from a Japanese guy.
Yeah, apparently you were. Kirk said that you were really loved by the athletes in Europe and France, and they thought that they held you up as one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
You were the best in the world.
Well, I was in there. I was mixing it up.
Yeah, and so, and you know, like short of just being known as top 10 in the world for anything is in itself amazing. But to be able to get to the top 3, top 2 in the world, and be almost considered top 1 by some people, champion by some. What were some of the? What was it like? Was it just the work ethic, dedication, commitment that kind of got you to those levels? Because there's being talented, and then there is being able to be disciplined enough to make it that far.
Yeah, right? That's all of that, all of the above.
Yeah, okay.
It is dedication. It is, digging deeper than you thought you could dig.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that comes down to having a good team and good people around you too, because it's easy for somebody to just go, push himself to a point and go, okay, well that's it. I don't want to go any further than that. But then there's you need that extra push to go, okay, you'll be okay. Just go. Right?
Yeah. And Kirk sounds like he was pretty amazing coach.
Oh yeah.
Like even just having the convo with
exactly.
Just like having a convo with him.
Yeah.
And so is there any advice you would have for any potential future? Like my younger brother is a kickboxer right now.
Yeah,
right? Still doing the amateur stretch.
Good feet, good legs. He's long, right?
Yeah, he's long, and but he's also at that level where I admire watching him get in there, because I can't imagine those highs or lows, when you're in the ring and people are watching you, and it's like I might come out and be a champion at the end of this, or I might wake up and not remember.
I wake up, yeah. And I've had them both.
And so do you have any advice for any athletes that might be going through those, if things aren't working out for them? Did you ever have a period like that where you felt things weren't working out?
Yeah.
What did you use to kind of keep pushing to get to that spot?
Well, I kind of use that as motivation.
Okay.
I didn't want to be there again.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there's two ways you can go. Like, you can let that defeat take you and just gut you, or you can use that defeat to go, I'm gonna go. I don't want to go there. Look at what you did and how you played it out and what you need. Look deep in yourself. Well, then for me it was, I fought a guy named Ed Gray, and the first time I fought him, I took him out in the second round, and then I had a long run of about 8 fights where I was just knocking him, got everybody out, and it was everything's happening, and it's like you get into your own head, right?
Yeah.
And you start believing the hype.
Yeah.
So he wants to fight me again. His motivation is different.
Yeah.
He's trying to get me back from the first fight, and I'm thinking, well, this guy's nothing, right?
Yeah.
So I don't put in the same kind of, work ethic. I don't put the same work ethic in, and so we fight again. We fight a 5-round fight, and I'm beating him up. But then I run out of gas. He comes, and I still remember this for a bit. I remember this: him having me against the ropes.
Yeah.
Him stepping away, and I reach for him to hit him, and he comes with a spinning back fist. One of those techniques that I always prided myself. I'm never getting hit.
No one's gonna touch you.
Try ones in the gym.
Yeah.
But being so tired, he got me. Boom, big white flash.
Yeah.
I remember is the ref over top of me going 8, 9, and I just what was that, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I took that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was in front of my hometown. All my boys were there. It was a massive thing. Like that place went quiet.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I
took that and used that as motivation to say, I'm never going to do that again. I'm never going to run out of gas again. And I just jumped. My everything just jumped. I took it that way, Use the situation. Look at a situation and use it to your advantage. Click your mind onto that, because to be elite at anything, there's a lot of people that have a talent. There's it becomes this crust where there's this crust of people that have that talent.
Yeah.
There's the guys who who have the strong will and mind and become, because especially in the fight game, which I really put to how life is. It's a big analogy of life.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a physical chess match.
Yeah.
And you know, life is like that. You know, you show somebody something this way, but you're actually thinking of, I'm going over here.
Yeah.
Right. And that's or thinking 3-4 moves ahead.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of, it's life. In
That
a way,
is life.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people look at what's right in front of their face, and they'll do these things and say these things, and make these moves because it's right there now.
Yeah.
But a lot of the stuff that they're doing here doesn't do them well down the road.
Yeah.
Take some of that stuff away, all that humility and all that, and look down the road.
Yeah.
You know, earn it. Be down. Look down the road for it. You know.
Yeah, it's like what they say. Like a chess novice will think 1-2 moves ahead. You know, an experienced chess player will think maybe 6-8 moves. But like the master chess players are thinking 18 to 21 moves ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, you're right. Like I think that's how you should kind of conduct yourself in life. Yeah. It's always think ahead. Think of some of the actions that you're currently feeling. That shit might fuck you up a few steps down.
Right. And everything takes time.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. You know, you come into something and it's new, and you think, well, I've got the talent to do it. Well, it takes more than just talent. You know, I always say you have to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good.
Okay.
Right? Well, I got that from Brett Woolsey.
Okay.
For sure. That's where I got that from. But I've always lived by that, because you know, you can be good and not open yourself up to luck, because luck is part of it.
Yeah.
Luck is
part of it. It's part of the game.
Yeah, it is part of the game. It's part of the game in life too. I mean, I was lucky that Tony saw in me whatever he saw in me and opened that door for me. Yeah. And he said to me, you know, I can open the door for you. Yeah. But you're the one that has to push it in and kick it in and make things happen, because once that's open, you're on your own. Yeah. You got to do what you feel you need to do to move forward and be successful in the game.
Did you play a lot of chess while you were training? Was there a part? Yeah,
I did. With Kirk too. Like, I learned the game when I was a kid. Yeah. And then I kind of put it away.
Okay, so that was part of your repertoire of training was playing chess.
It was once there was a point of it where I started, okay, well, chess, and we would talk, and you know, and then I started playing it, and Kirk and I would play, and I'd play other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I dig that.
Yeah.
I dig that. That's a good coach. That's a really good coach. Something that like I was fucking horrible playing it growing up. My younger brother was good. He always beat me, but I always appreciated the game. Sucked at it though. Yeah. But I liked the philosophy of chess in itself. Exactly. And so you coming in as a performer right off, like you being a world champion. We're in a time now where there's a little more liberty with some of the performers coming in, because you don't like at a time when you came in, you have to be a world champion. You know, you have to be an exceptional talent and athlete. There's some shifts.
I still think you do.
Okay, yeah.
I still think you do.
Yeah, I guess,
you should come in with talent. See, I think that's part of the problem. Some of the problem is that people just assume, there's this thing of entitlement going on these days.
Yeah, that's what kind of want to ask you about.
It's a thing of entitlement that's going on, and you know, they assume because they're here, they just show up. Oh, I should be this person. Yeah. No. You should come with some talent for sure. You know. Yeah. Put some time in and be good at whatever it is you are. Yeah. Show that. Be good at it. Yeah. And in being good at it, being having a proficient and having had some success. Yeah. You know, tells coordinators and people a lot of things. You know, in order to be successful, you've got to have dedication. Yeah. You got to be able. You've sacrificed. Yeah. You've done a lot. You know, you can take instruction under pressure. Yeah. You can deal with pressure. Yeah. There's all these things that you need to do to become a champion or a real high level anything. Yeah. And when you come with a resume and you have those sort of things on your resume, they speak volumes. And I always say, actions speak louder than words, because everybody can talk a big game. Yeah. It's one thing when you're like, I can take a hit, but there's one thing when you're like, oh shit, you've actually been in the ring. Exactly. You've been like perform under pressure. Exactly. You have to take like advice from your corner as quick as possible. Exactly. Okay, so that makes sense. So that's why it's like that's like
like again, my younger brother, fucking incredibly talented.
How old is he?
He's just turned 30.
Okay.
And in this last year is when I've seen that shift in how he moves, and I'm like, like as the older brother, you're like, I started training earlier than he did, but I was like, oh, I can kick his ass. But this last year I was watching him, I was like, oh shit, this kid might fucking be able to take me out now. And it's one of those times when I'm like,
Might be?
yeah, well, yeah. Like I might still be able to muscle him out or some shit like that. But just skill-wise, I watch him, and it's phenomenal. But one thing I do notice sometimes is when he's on, he's like, he's a world beater. But then you do get those moments of doubt because, he starts questioning, can I do it, and all that. And I'm just trying to find ways to motivate him to keep pushing. And so that's why I was asking you earlier about how you deal with expectations and maybe not meeting them. And because you were mentioning how you take those and you're like, I'm never feeling that again, and you jump up. But it seems like one of those pivotal moments where you either you're gonna jump up and never again, or it's just gonna bring you down. And I guess I guess just keep being committed and dedicated. Is that
and pick up the pace.
Yeah, just pick up the pace.
Pick up the pace.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, pick up the pace.
Yeah.
Because everybody's doing it. If you're at that level now, pick up the pace, right? Everybody's going there. Now you got to dig even deeper than you thought you could dig.
Yeah.
You got to dig deeper. Right?
Dig deeper, James. You hear that?
and I haven't seen him fight.
Yeah.
But I could tell, I saw some snapshots and stuff of him. I could tell that he's an intelligent fighter because just the way I saw him throw, it was a lead leg front kick. A lead leg roundhouse.
Yeah.
But everything was tight. He was sitting up straight, kicking the guy in the head, keeping his eye on the guy with his hands up. You can tell he's an intelligent guy.
Yeah, he is,
He's an intelligent guy.
Yeah.
So start to be more creative.
Yeah, okay.
Try to be more creative, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because he's definitely, he has all the, and especially as the older, he was our older brother is his coach. He's the one that's been training us. But it's one of those things now where I keep trying to be like, no, man, go for it. Like, you don't, because he has people around him that aren't doing anything close to it. But when you have those people that are like, well, you're getting too old. I was like, man, shut up. You don't even train. You're not even in the same chase. So you get those people that are trying to put their doubt on you.
Right.
And so that's why I'm trying to find ways of being like, hey, man, like.
I hear you. It's a tough one because it's in him. He's got to push that stuff away. He's got to see what he wants. He's the guy,
Yeah.
I think that one of the things, now I'm just going to talk about in the ring here.
Yeah.
There's times where, and I don't know what his record is and everything. Like I said, I've never seen him fight, but there's times when you're in there where you need to put your feet on the ground.
Yeah.
And show your, especially if a guy's coming on you. There's a time when you need to just you move, but there's a time when you need to stop and make him pay a little bit. And gain his respect.
Okay.
And use that strategically.
Yeah.
Use, moving in. When you take your time, take that moment, step your feet solid and score something. Dang. Then change that pressure and start putting it back on.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a thing that will help him motivate himself, but just know that, and one of the things I always, that was the motivator for me and realize that you can never have a big enough gas tank.
Okay.
Your cardio is everything.
Yeah, that's like...
Your cardio is everything.
Okay.
You can be the most talented guy, but if you can't go a round or 2 rounds...
Yeah, get gas. Yeah, okay.
Your gas tank is the fuel now.
Yeah.
So that's where get the right vitamins, get your blood sucking up the most oxygen it can, and get your cardio.
Yeah, it's definitely, I've noticed he's picked up his cardio game a lot, and he's put on a bit more size now. So I'm watching him go get that fucking title, bro.
Yeah,
get it. Go for it.
Where does he fight at? What weight is he?
He fights at 155.
155. Don't get too heavy.
Yeah, because he usually sits at 167.
Yeah, that's what I fought at.
Yeah.
My street weight was 167. I would fight at 160.
Yeah, he fights around that same.
Yeah. So that's good. He doesn't have to kill himself to get down the weight.
And
That's
he's
good.
really long.
He's
when he
really
moves.
long,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you are right. Like he should definitely get more creative because he has like the skill set there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Use your skill set. I mean, that was one of the things I kind of, when I fought, I didn't spin lots. It was more, straight up and down. Tony was kind of the same way. I kind of modeled myself a little bit after Tony,
Yeah.
But I didn't, I wasn't, you do all that stuff in the gym, but when I got in the ring, I was more, down to business. I wouldn't spin that much. And I was,
Who are some of your idols coming up when you were kickboxing?
Coming up, I mean, there was a guy in Montreal, Jean-Yves Thériault, that was the Iceman. He was just a killer.
Yeah.
Benny the Jet.
Okay.
I went and trained with him for a little bit before I went to Holland to fight Royers. Well, there's Tony and Maurice Smith was another guy that, he was a legend. He's still out there. He's not fighting anymore, but he's fought you know Maurice Smith?
No.
He was the first guy. He fought. I think he beat Dan Severn for the UFC title. Like he was way at the beginning there.
Holy shit.
And he fought a bunch of guys. He's in Seattle. He's badass. He fought everybody in anything. It was amazing, man. And he fought all lazy. You never thought he was doing anything, and then he kicked you something. Yeah, but lazy. He's kind of a lazy fighter. Yeah. Maurice. Who else have been? I don't know. Those were the kind of the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jerry Tremble.
Jerry
Golden
Tremble.
Golden Boy.
No.
He's an actor. He's actor. He's from the States, like from California, I think. But,
Yeah.
But he was the guy that we used to watch too. He was a fancy spinner, kicker. Yeah, he was a bit of a legend on his own right, actually.
Yeah, man.
Tremble.
Um,
You may work with him someday. He's been up here quite a bit,
Tremble.
actually. Jerry Tremble.
So once you kind of got into the industry, it's full swing. What was what's one of the first stunts you were part of or had to do that kind of got you shook a bit? Like you've come through all this, or if there even one, because I assume if you're in the ring and you're fighting like killers, there's probably a level of like you just being able to deal with stress better than most people. So you probably are like, but is there been any time on set where you've been part of a stunt that's kind of gotten you like, oh shit, okay, that's...
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. A little bit more later on in my career though, because in the beginning, those guys weren't putting me in massive spots,
Yeah.
You kind of have to earn your way through that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But, I guess I'm trying to think of the first one. I mean, one of the ones that, within my first couple... because back in the day, like I had when I was kind of coming into this, I had the Jerry curl and I had the chops and everything.
Just let your soul go. Just let it shine through. Just let
And I did. All that shit. And I had that gig. And Tony and Steve Boyum was the first American guy that I worked with.
Yeah.
And they said to me, "Yeah, you did pretty good. If we've got some other stuff. If you come back, if you maybe cut your hair or something, we have another thing for you." So I went back. I took all my face off, came back. Hey, you look like a new guy.
Yeah.
And I ended up being in this, getting beat up by, I can't remember his name now. Oh shoot. One of the lead guys, anyways.
Yeah.
And I was a passenger in the car with a famous black stunt guy, Manny Perry.
Okay.
And he had to drive and everything. I'd never been in a vehicle like this, and so he skids around the corner, and holy smokes, how did you do that? And he explained the e-brake and all that sort of stuff, and that to me that was a very enlightening moment for me.
Okay.
And at that point, everything is kind of fresh. So everything is your adrenaline's
exciting.
going. It's all going on. But I guess really one of the biggest things, I don't know. When Melissa and I, but this is deeper into my career.
Yeah.
When Melissa and I did that fall for Romeo Must Die, and we did 60 feet out of a window, and then 300 feet on a descender, and then we went 45 feet into water.
Oh, Jesus.
That was a real adrenaline pumping day.
Yeah.
Because we did two of the falls in one day. We did the window and we did the descender, and then later on we did the fall into water.
Yeah.
And that, those were all pumping days,
Yeah.
I remember getting, picked on the crotch at 300 feet up, and they let me out and And I'm hanging with, looking down 300 feet upside down, and Mel beside me, holding onto a little rope that Mitch had. And so, because, you know, you get out there and you start to spin,
Yeah.
so you're holding this rope
Yeah.
so you don't spin. And the guys back at the winch are making their adjustments, and you can hear the adjustments coming through the wire, through the cable. I was like, what the fuck?
Is this gonna snap?
What's going on up there? What's going on up there? Right? And, you know, where everything's running and rolling. We had like 9 or 10 cameras going. And okay, you gotta let go. You're ready to go. You know, it's all rolling. And I'm holding onto this little piece of rope that ain't gonna do anything.
Yeah, ain't doing
but
shit.
it just felt, you know, my
yeah.
little bit of security. Holy shit. And then
Yeah.
let go of that. Now you're out there. Holy shit. It's happening, right?
Yeah.
And that was quite an experience. But after the first time, you get that rush, and oh fuck, that ain't nothing. Let's do that again.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch of them. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you were working on Romeo Must Die, did you get a chance to spend any time with DMX? Was that
No.
No,
I did not
yeah.
really. No.
How that was one of the actual first movies because Lalo Marcus and his brother Vinicius
Yes.
were both kids, like background kids in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that was one of the first movies where I like people around our circle started getting into film because they were
Oh,
like
yeah,
14
okay.
or 15 or something.
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And so throughout your career, what have been some of your favorite projects that you've worked on?
For me,
Yeah.
Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings?
Yeah,
Cool.
Runnings was one of the top.
Nice.
You know,
And
yeah,
was that
that
just
was
because of the cast crew? The
Oh,
whole
because of what we
experience,
did, the
story?
whole experience. I mean, you know, learning. I doubled Dougie Doug, so I was the guy with the egg.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Sank of coffee.
Yeah.
So we had to learn how to be bobsled. I was a brakeman, so
Yeah.
I trained for it, lifted and all that.
That's
Got a little bit of
sweet.
strength. And,
Yeah.
And we went to Calgary and did the whole bobsled thing. You know, they have this bobsled that's on a track.
Yeah.
That has like a running track on it on
Okay.
that side, because you got like 50 cleats,
Yeah.
like little spikes on your shoes so they can dig on the ice.
Yeah.
So they have that rubber from the track.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I went to learn how to load and all that stuff, and that was a cool experience. And then doing the track, and then going to Jamaica. We did.
Fuck
yeah, we were in
yeah,
Jamaica.
that's
and
sweet.
That was the first time I'd been to Jamaica,
Yeah.
and I hadn't met any of my Jamaican relatives. So after the show, I stayed for a couple weeks after that and toured the country and met all my relatives over there. Yeah, that was pretty wicked.
That's a pretty amazing way to also meet that side of your relatives.
Yeah, I
to
know.
go over there
Yeah,
to
it was.
shoot a movie,
Yeah.
especially one like that. That's
Yeah,
like a
it was
cult
classic.
classic.
It was a
Yeah,
classic.
that is
Yeah,
a
it was,
classic.
it was. And Romeo Must Die. Romeo and Juliet was another good one.
Cool.
Leonardo Dicaprio.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That was cool. We did that in Mexico. Brent Woolsey was the coordinator. Jacob Rupp was the coordinator of Cool Runnings.
Yeah, cool.
And Woolsey was Romeo and Juliet, and that was good. We spent a bunch of time in Mexico City, and that was cool. Flying around helicopters throughout the city, it was neat. It was really, and then to see the movie,
Yeah.
because you're, as a stunt person, you're not behind camera. I mean, Brent was, but as for us, we're just kind of doing what we're told, right?
Yeah.
But we go to the theater and then to see the movie and how have you seen it, Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah,
it's a classic, right?
Yeah.
It was, so that was a cool one to be part of. Sahara was another one.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Sahara was another one.
Yeah. So right now, for you as a coordinator, like there's new faces coming into the industry. More so, this podcast is to kind of help them understand maybe how to navigate around and how they should conduct themselves around coordinators. So what are some of the do's and don'ts a new performer should know, especially let's say if they're about to meet you for the first day or work for you for the first day? What's some do's and don'ts?
Okay, don't be late.
Don't be late. Don't be late.
Yeah, don't be late.
Don't be late.
Come with some confidence. I mean, one of the things that I think stunt performers have in common is we are confident.
Yeah.
You have to be confident in what you do to get where we are.
Yeah.
Right? No matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
You've been through a bunch of trials and tribulations, and you've failed, and you've had to get up off the dirt and keep moving.
Yeah.
So come with some confidence, but take instruction. You got to be able to take instruction.
Yeah.
Be able to adapt.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we could rehearse something for 3 days,
Yeah.
and we get it down, and we get there on the day.
Change all of it. Yeah.
Forget what we rehearsed.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to adapt. You
Okay.
know?
Yeah. Don't be late.
afraid- yeah.
Confidence.
Confidence.
Adapt.
Adapt. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Ask questions.
That's a big one too, because I see how some could be afraid because they don't want to seem stupid.
Yeah.
But,
Exactly.
But it's probably better to ask this dumb question just to clarify as opposed to saying nothing.
Exactly, and then doing the
And
stupid
then-
thing,
and then doing the dumb
getting
thing.
yourself hurt or hurting somebody else, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Ask
Yeah.
the question.
Cool.
Be clear, right?
Yeah.
A coordinator will appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
it's better to kind of get that stuff straight.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
don't talk too much.
Okay.
You know, like come
Yeah.
and listen. You know, there's a whole thing about a real. You know, the toughest guy in the room is usually the guy that's the quietest.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true.
You know,
Yeah.
the guy that's all puckered up, it's usually not the guy. You just slap that guy away, and then the guy, who's that quiet guy over there? That's the guy you worry
Very
about.
true. Yeah.
You know, so come and listen. You know, listen a little bit. Don't
Yeah.
always, you know, especially listen.
Yeah.
What else would I say? I don't know. Don't bring your phone on set.
Don't bring your phone on set.
Don't bring your phone on set.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, that's a hard one, but it's
Yeah.
you know, don't be you know the photos and all that. You know.
Yeah, I guess because you don't wanna seem so like, because nothing screams green than somebody on the set. Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And you know, the actors don't get in their face. The actors got a lot of stuff going on, and so
Yeah.
they may seem quiet. They may be sitting there. There's a moment where they're by themselves, and you figure I could go up and talk to them. Well, they got a lot going
Yeah.
on. Give them their space. Give
Yeah.
them their space. If they come up to you and say something, say something.
Yeah.
You know, have a quick little blurt, but give them their space. You know.
Yeah, because do actors actually, like, there's a tremendous amount of things they're trying to consider, because a lot of people might not think so, especially if you're not on set. You might think, oh, it's easy, just spit some fucking lines.
Oh,
And no,
way
these
deeper.
people are, it's a mental marathon they
Oh,
they
for
go
sure.
through. And I could see how frustrating it would be if they're just trying to figure out and somebody comes up and is like, oh.
And breaks and whatever.
Well,
they
yeah,
are.
whatever, you know,
I
they're
mean,
like,
it's just like us trying to work on your choreography.
yeah.
You got it. You're going through it in your mind, and you know, suddenly you get break. Oh fuck! You got to start the whole thing over again because you want to keep it
Yeah. Yeah.
in form, right?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, okay. So don't be late. Be confident.
Speak up a little bit.
Speak up a
if
bit.
You have, you know, don't be afraid to ask a question.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
Don't talk too much.
don't talk too much.
talk-
Listen.
Yeah, listen,
right?
yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, you get way more. It's
I could say something very important too. If something comes in your mind that you know, we're sitting around, we're doing the blocking and stuff, and you see something dangerous, so you see something that doesn't look right to you, or you have an idea on what's going on, you should go through your coordinator instead of, you know, that's one of the things another thing that coordinators, and you know, is a sign of experience, is that you come to your coordinator and you beep in their ear and give them a little something on the sly,
yeah.
and let the coordinator take it forth, you know.
Yeah.
And most coordinators, most people that are confident in where they're at, they'll speak of it and they'll give it to you, you know.
Yeah.
Eric, you know what, guys? Eric came up with a good idea. We should blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Instead of being, you don't always have to be the guy, you know.
No, okay.
You know,
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. Well, it's also even just like a more, like, that's just a, like, sign of
Chain of
respect.
and a
Chain of command, right?
Chain of
Like
command.
you go to the commander and you're like, hey, commander, just by to let you know.
Yes, exactly.
Blah, 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 blah.
Exactly. You know?
Cool.
And those sort of things are hidden gems that, well, a coordinator remembers those sort of things, you know.
Cool. So
You
that's
know.
one of those. You hear that, new performers? That's one of those key things. Is if you do notice something on set, make sure to go through your command on the coordinator, commander.
Yeah. Well,
Same thing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just one of those little things that apparently coordinators do notice. That if
for
you
sure.
are willing to, you know, don't be a loudmouth and, you know, share the information to the coordinator so they can give it to the proper people.
Another one.
Yeah.
Get the pads, put the pads away. Like think again, back to chess.
Yeah.
Think moves ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
because again, it's something that a coordinator that's
Yeah.
alert will notice. You know, you're sitting on set and you need that small pad for the actress and you're looking. I can't leave right now, but you turn around and there's many guys, and women, girls, that will just be holy smokes.
Yeah.
Christabel is great at that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, you look around, you're thinking. It's like they're thinking what you're thinking.
Yeah.
And you just want to say, hey, can you give me? Oh,
Yeah.
hey. Perfect. Poof.
Yeah.
That sort of thing is gold.
Cool.
Because you're only as strong as the team around you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you never, there's some of these guys out there think that, well, I'm the coordinator, the guy, I'm the, well, no, you're not. Yes, you're the leader of the whole thing, but you're only as strong as your team around you.
Yeah.
So those sort of things, we look at, you notice, right?
Yeah, because I think Zendara calls it spatial awareness. So like you should just be able to anticipate
what's going on.
Yeah, what your
that
coordinator,
aware. Yeah,
what the
exactly,
coordinator needs.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things I noticed more so. Like, it's not a solo sport.
It isn't.
It's not. It's a team sport, and I played a lot of team sports coming up, and that's why it was easier for me I'm like, oh, I get this. This is not about the individual. This is about the whole. So it's like, and in any team, you're always trying to anticipate, well, what can I do for us to win?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But even an individual sport is a team sport in a lot of ways.
Yeah, true. You got
because you got your coaches and you got all your people and you got your peeps that are around you that are help pushing you forward.
Yeah.
You know, so and even in like I say, I relate so much to life with the fight game.
Yeah.
It is. You know, even though I'm the guy out there.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy unless I have all these other guys around me.
Yeah.
You know, I've had a bunch of guys in the gym. It just happened to be at that time.
Yeah.
That had all these younger guys that were just as tough as I was.
Yeah.
And we going at it in the gym, and that's where it was all learned, right?
Yeah.
And I just kept, for whatever reason, maybe I was just a tad faster, or had just a little bit better footwork, or whatever it was that kind of propelled me forward. But I needed those guys to push me.
Yeah. But even Kirk said that you were a pretty charismatic kid, right? So he was like one of those likable people that people wanted you around, so I think that also probably helped you for people being like, no, I want to help him because I like being around him. Yeah.
And I guess that was coming from Jamaican parents, born in England, moved to Vancouver when I was 8, and then being here and being the one of me, my 2 sisters, and
Dude, that's the same
another
childhood.
5 other black people in the whole of Vancouver.
Yeah, that's like me and my family in Victoria.
Yeah, it's like you kind of find ways to get along, and humor and athletics was a good thing that kind of put me hey, look at each other. Yeah, so that's kind of learned people skills as a kid.
Yeah. That's funny because I had a similar roundabout of Africa, Sweden, came here when I was about 9. Same thing, moved to Victoria, one of maybe 4 black families there. Same thing, athletics, you find ways, or, humor. You just find ways to kind of adapt into your new home and surroundings. Yeah. And that's one thing I'm thankful also with Canada is because, especially in the West Coast, they did, I don't know what your childhood was like growing up, but Canada, in comparison to Sweden, was like night and day. Sweden was fucking horrible. But once I moved here, Canada did really take its time to kind of give us a home, which I'm really thankful for. So did you kind of feel the same way as a young kid moving here?
As a young kid, I did. I mean, but I also, you also, everywhere you went, you were...
Yeah.
You'd go into a restaurant or a store and the whole place would just stop and look. But then that kind of developed the thing for me too. I remember distinctly at about 12, 13 years old, thinking, well, if everybody's gonna look at me everywhere I go, I'm gonna always have nice clothes on. Nice clothes on, and always kind of walk around because I knew that
everyone was looking at me.
Anyways, that kind of was something that I've kind of carried with me all the way through.
It's funny. I did the opposite where I was like, there's not enough black people around, so they don't know how black people really are. So I would just wear anything, and they would just think that's what black people wear.
Oh,
I rolled up with a shower cap once. No one said shit. No one said shit. Like that's just what black people wear. And I was just like, Really? No one just because I'm black, you think this is what black people wear?
Right.
But yeah, I found a way to play around because I didn't notice people always looked at me. But I was like, okay, let me play with them. One time I took a chicken to school.
A live chicken?
Yeah, like in a cat
Holy
cage.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you're from Africa. You
yeah,
got
so
voodoo
people,
shit
yeah,
going on.
yeah, so people were like, oh, he's African, whatever, it makes sense,
yeah,
right? But then that shit really cracked me up.
For me, it was, hey, Jackson. Hey, you know the Jackson 5? You part of the Jackson 5, Jackson 5. It got so much, finally I just started saying, yeah, they're my cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a kid. They're Jackson 5, I'm cousins. I did
That
that
is
for a
so
bunch of
funny.
years.
That is so funny. Right now, like you have your new generation, like you have Colton, you have Chelsea that are in there. Very, very exceptional talents, extremely skillful. Is this something that you just, like them growing up, you kind of instilled?
Through their sports.
Yeah,
not through sports, not
Yeah.
through this game. I didn't never push this business on them.
But the sports,
the sports
the
is where
athletics.
that's where I try to instill that.
Yeah.
Don't assume you should be on the starting
Yeah,
roster.
yeah.
Earn your way on the starting roster.
Yeah, and I can tell by your kids that that's a philosophy that you
for
actually
sure.
believe because they conduct themselves like that.
For sure,
Yeah.
sure. Be respectful, and,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're not above anybody.
Yeah.
And, and again, that's a fight thing. You come into the gym and you think you're all this, and you're looking at that little guy over there, and you think, oh, I can kick the fuck out of that guy. And then you get in there,
savage.
the guy just lights you up like you ain't never seen before, and you go, holy shit. You got to respect everybody. You never know who's who in the zoo, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You could be talking to some guy who's a producer. He doesn't look like anything.
Yeah.
Who's just this guy or this woman, and you're talking shit, and you shouldn't have been talking shit because that's somebody.
Yeah.
Or it's the assistant to the guy that you've been bad-mouthing, right? All that stuff.
Yeah.
No, it was through sports where I kind of
Okay, cool.
put that
Man.
on them.
Would you say let's say there's parents listening that want, because like it is the type of career that's like I'm fucking grateful. Like it's one of those things where
you have to be grateful.
you have
We
like
are
I am,
blessed.
and that's one of the reasons I like taking time to learn as much as I can and kind of like disseminate some of the like knowledge out there so new performers coming in can hopefully get a better footing
Yes.
and an understanding,
Yeah.
and for them to honestly hear what coordinators feel, because what are some of the what are some of the things a coordinator has to do that you can explain to us, just so performers know some of the stressful things that you have to kind of...
I mean, you have to know the story,
Yeah.
what's going on, and what the vision of what the director and the productionist wants.
Yeah.
Right? You're trying to fill the spots. Like, I mean, depending on what the stunt is, you've got those roles to fill.
Yeah.
Those roles to fill.
Yeah.
And it can be it's always a stressful thing because you've got everybody's safety in your
Yeah,
hands, right?
like you have to appease the director.
You have to appease the director. You have to appease the story.
Yeah.
You can't just get anybody. Depending on, I mean, there are some things that you do that.
Yeah, some
we
gags.
call stunts that really aren't even stunts. You sit on a chair, you fall off the chair.
Yeah.
That's not a stunt. We get paid stunt.
Yeah.
But that's not, in my mind,
Yeah.
stunt. There's some things that you should be able to do just because you say you're a stunt person. You should be able to run and throw yourself on the ground.
Yeah,
You should be able to, fall down some stairs and stuff.
Yeah.
There's some things that inherently you should be able to do.
Yeah.
Some things you learn on the job, but you need to, So as a coordinator, I'm looking for people that are confident and have shown to me that they listen. And again, back to what it takes to be, they listen, they think forward.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're they're able to, because one of the things you learn as an athlete is everybody has that adrenaline that pumps. It's how you it's how you deal with it. It's how you let it out. You can let it out, wah! Or you can shuckle it out and hold it and use it as your tool, right?
Yeah.
So, being around people and these people, you'll having done it, you pick that up. You can pick that up quite easy.
Yeah.
So now, depending on what you're doing, the severity of it.
Yeah.
I may not pick the perfect double because in my experience with that person, I've felt that they don't have that. They'll crack under pressure a little bit.
Yeah.
And they have never, it could be so far out of the realm of anything that I won't do that person. I'll go for somebody that is off a little bit, but I know that they can jump a motorcycle. And those guys have crashed a bunch of times doing it. The other guys, well, they say they ride a bike because they went out and bought a motorcycle and they kind of ride around, fall right in the parking lot or something.
Yeah.
They can't really ride, but now they're saying they're riders because they have a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Those are the ones you're pushing away because I need that one over there.
Yeah.
So, and I'm using motorcycles as an example, but that could be anything. That could be high falls, or anything like that.
Okay.
Fights even.
Yeah.
Fights even.
Yeah.
Depending on how severe it is, I will push away from that. So you're trying to put the right person in that spot to make everything else work.
Yeah.
Right. Pressure, time constraints. Again, as a coordinator, it's great to have people that are forward thinking and helping you in your decisions, because helping you create and all that, because you're under a time constraint. As a person, you can only do so much. It helps if the team you're pulling together is coming with stuff.
Yeah.
Because then you can fend through it now. But that, I can use that.
I can work with that.
And that one can start us off on a whole new tangent that goes, and that was just because you came with some stuff.
Yeah,
and you know the way I work, because we did stuff on Wayward Pines and all that. I have an idea, but it's nice to come when you bring the guys. Okay, this is what I can do. Okay, well, that won't work there, but maybe we can give that to Fred. Let Fred do that, and it helps, right?
Yeah.
So that's one of a major thing I think as a coordinator trying to do is put the right team together for the production, because you're trying to get it done in time, get it done safely.
Yeah.
And with as much less pain as possible.
Yeah.
And I must say, we kind of brushed over it.
Yeah.
My kids and all that. There's a whole new generation of kids that are coming. Kids of, seasoned
stunt people
that are coming up. They're coming up and they're doing well. I mean, some of it is because they've been around it all their life and they kind of, but just because you're the son or daughter of a person doesn't mean that this is for you. There's been many things like that. So, it does help them to have that door open.
Yeah.
But they all have to kick it open.
Yeah, they do the work to get through there. Right?
Exactly.
I've been on set with both your kids, both Colton and Chelsea, on different shows, and watched both of them have to do fucking some. Colton dislocated his shoulder during a stair fight on Arrow. I think it was there. Oh, he's callable and just popped that shit back and just kept going into it. It's yo.
He's a tough guy.
Yeah,
he's had some catastrophic injuries in football and soccer, and come back and got back to another level. Yeah, he's quite a guy.
Yeah, your kids are definitely, and I see that you've that's something you fostered in them, coming up, and so. But
there's a few of them. There's the Wallstroms. There's some I'm gonna forget, but. There's a core of them that are out there that are doing really, really well for themselves and for the industry.
Yeah. Becca's killing it right now. Yeah.
Well, her brothers too.
Her brother.
Becca seems to be getting more than her brothers, but she's doing it.
Yeah, she's killing it, man.
Flipping cars and everything.
Yeah. And so that must kind of be interesting for you to watch kids of people you worked with coming up and be like, oh, now the kids are doing it.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And so at this point in your career where it's kind of like you're like...
Becky. We said Becca, but it's Becky.
Oh, sorry. Becky. Yeah, Becky.
Yeah,
sorry about that. So you being able to watch... this new generation come in of fellow performers. Is it one of those grandfather moments for you, or is it where you just kind of now you're sitting back and you're kind of watching the kids come up and do all the...
It's humbling, actually.
Yeah, is it?
I could never do that shit. Holy smokes! What is going on? It's cool,
Yeah.
It's you're realizing that it's time to pass that torch on, and try and help out as best you can.
Yeah.
And just give them their space and let them do what they do.
Cool,
you know?
man. Yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't go to their head, and you know, they keep their that humbleness, you know,
Yeah.
keep it down, and just, you know, realize how blessed they are.
Yeah.
How blessed we all are. Actually.
Yeah, like it is a true blessing. That's why it must be really frustrating if you do see new performers come in who are not really that grateful about where they are, right? Like this isn't a job that you should just be given. Assume that this is a job. It's like it's a unique type of work with a unique type of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well, and you know, but it can be very humbling too, because, you know, we've lost a lot of people have fallen away because of it, because they come in with that I think person attitude, and when it doesn't show, you know, they don't start all the work, it can crumble you, and then a lot of them will just go, will leave because they can't understand. Why aren't they using me? Why aren't they person? Why? Right?
Yeah.
Instead of, you know, looking deep into themselves and going, you know, I actually have talked my way into this, and I don't really have what it takes, and, you know, I'm just expecting to be in there. No, it takes some. I mean, it's just like anything.
Yeah.
You know, guys, like, you know, everybody we got that big fight tonight. You know, Connor and all that. You know, well, yeah. It's easy to talk about how this and that, but they don't know how much work it took for those guys to get to that spot that they're seeing. Especially, now they can understand because now they're world champions.
Yeah.
But the first time you see that guy and they go, wow, he's pretty good. But,
Yeah.
well, the reason he's that good is because for 10 years he was doing his thing to the max.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now, 10 years later, now you see him.
Now you're
And you look at the guy. Well, I want to be that guy. Well,
no, fuck you.
You know, it's like, you know, we had this a joke, you know, some of the veterans and some of the martial arts around that have been around, you know, Don Lu's one of those guys.
Yeah.
You know, I want to kick like Don Lu. Well, Don Lu's been training since he was a kid, right? And now you see him now, and he's doing his thing, and then everybody's, okay, where do you train, Don? I'm gonna train. And so they go there for 6 months. They go, well, now I can kick. No, you can't kick. You haven't thrown 10,000 front kicks.
Yeah.
Front kicks.
Yeah, just front kicks. Yeah.
Front kicks.
Yeah.
Let alone hook. Now you got to go in 10,000 hook kicks.
Yeah.
10,000. But you want to learn it in 6 months, and now you've gone over to the gym, and now, okay, well, now I'm the guy.
Yeah.
Or I'm the girl.
No.
This doesn't work that way.
No.
It doesn't work that way.
And it's funny because, like, one of my friends growing up just got in, Marco Caffiero. Like, the really talented performer. He took part of Laro's program, IAMP program.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, indigenous performer. Extremely fucking talented. And... but I remember growing up with him because we started training when we were like 12, right? But I remember, like...
I started at 15.
At 15? Yeah. Yeah,
Kirk moved next door to me at 15.
Yeah, Kirk was like, because you were the first student to come in there.
My life changed that day when he moved in. I didn't know it at the time, but it did. Anyway,
Well, it's like you were saying about the 10,000 kicks, because like growing up, me and Marco, like, and Sylvan, like a bunch of us that trained capoeira, we were fortunate to have an incredible instructor, kind of like Kirk. You know, really, like, the philosophy they had around martial arts was really...
And life, right?
And life, you know, and like life. He taught me a lot about life and my character and who I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Same with my older brother. Older brother was the one that got it all started for us. But I remember he finally got his third credit. You know, he was working on Superman and Lois, and I was talking to him on the phone. I was like, bro, did you ever think those like hours of just kicking the bottom of the heavy bag? You know, like everything was about training. It was about the kick. You know, years of just trying to hammer out this one kick. And it is funny because now people are like, well, I want to. I was like, well, no, man. Like we've been doing this for a minute. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, and going back to how everything changed with you when Kirk moved in, and you didn't know that. It kind of speaks to your point about you need to be good and lucky. You know, because that's kind of what got you where you were, right? And I was actually in the same like fortunate position because one of the first Wayward Pines was the first job I ever did, right? And so
okay, good.
Yeah, man, like that one, because I remember talking to Bill Terazakis Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Rest in peace.
for
We
sure.
just a really highly respected member of the community, special effects makeup, and just glow in him. You know, every time you just want to
for
like,
sure.
yeah. So
He
I was-
loved what he did.
Yeah, he loved
He
and
loved
you
what he
and
did.
and,
He came
and
out of him for sure.
yeah, and like he really like championed me to come in, and you know, and like I'll never forget one of the first high jumps I did because you were looking around and we had to do like one of the city fight.
Oh, yeah,
and everything
right,
was going
right,
to shit.
right.
I remember you pointing me out to go up and do my first
You
jump.
jumped on the
Yeah,
shit.
and I was like, but I remember that night leaving and how like you kind of gave me like such a comforting smile of like welcome, you know, and I really do appreciate like Wayward Pines was one of those shows that really like. It's one of my 5 to 10%. Yeah.
At this point, in your career.
Yeah.
Well, it'll always stay then.
Yeah,
It'll
but
always
that's
stay. There you
always
go,
going
there
to, you know,
go, there you go.
and Nimrod, the director.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
yes,
Like
yes,
I
yes.
remember those specific
Yes.
moments. Like that was like a really.
Yeah.
That's where it all kind of Harrison Hot Springs shooting up there, you know.
Yeah.
So it brought me all in there. So, you know, it's I'm fortunate now. Like 7 years, like I don't even know how many years ago that
That's
was.
only 8.
Yeah, 7, 8
Yeah,
years
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Like I'm happy now that I get to sit with you as somewhat of a competent performer now.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, you're in there. You're getting calls. And,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Your name gets thrown around. It's all part of that, you know.
But I think I'm fortunate that I'm to get to a place like that because it is about consistently training. Like that, I brought this heavy bag here because it's like I have no excuses if it's there.
It's there.
I have to
Yeah,
like
exactly.
sharpen and train.
Exactly.
And so right now,
Has that been growing out of my head the whole time?
oh yeah. But now that you're in this part of your life, you know, your kids are kind of taking the the torch and they're moving forward. What are some of life, like the 3 things in your life that you are the most grateful for at this current moment, you know?
My health.
Your health. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
my health.
Yeah.
My kids.
Yeah.
My kids for sure. You
Yeah.
know, the family, right?
Yeah.
That's-
And honestly, when Motherland was the first time I ever was on set where it was just you and the kids.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to say that was probably one of the like heartfelt
yeah,
moments.
it's cool.
I was like, that's
It's really
fucking cool.
neat. It's really neat.
Yeah.
You know, because I always, they never saw me fight or anything, so
Yeah.
they didn't see me at the peak of my
Yeah.
athleticism. So,
Yeah.
but it's really, really cool now to be able to do that. It's cool.
Yeah.
And even Chelsea and I were doing a thing on Supergirl. Thanks, Simon, and the team over there. But
Yeah.
we were acting together and flying around as superheroes.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
neat. It was really neat. Right?
Yeah.
It's cool. Something, you'll never forget that.
No,
I
no,
hope
no.
they don't ever forget.
No,
it.
I don't think they
Yeah.
will. I don't think they will.
Yeah, I mean, as a parent, it's weird that it's hard to fathom how much they do have the feelings for it. You know?
Yeah.
You're going along in your life and it's kind of wild. Anyways.
No, but also I can even just see with Colton when we're on set and he's like, just the way he's looking at you, right? Like me and my wife are talking about having kids now, so it's just like
Boy.
Yeah. So I'm always paying attention to stuff like that. And I'm like, oh man, that's cool. I want my kids to look at me like that.
Don't spoil them.
Don't spoil them, yeah.
Don't spoil
Yeah,
them.
yeah. You gotta make them feel that they gotta work for what they.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I guess don't, because you're instilling that thing of entitlement.
Yeah.
You know, oh, just get that. Oh, just get that. Dad,
Yeah.
get me this. Dad, no, whoa.
Yeah.
Go get it. Well, what do you need? You go figure it out.
Yeah,
you know?
go work on it.
You know, I remember having at 10 years old having 2 paper routes and all that
Yeah,
stuff. and
same.
Making
penny
my
savers.
way. Yeah, making my way, right?
Yeah.
Right. That you don't do that. It's not the same like that anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's something that we're missing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Truly.
that's one of the things I'm most thankful that my mom was a Jedi like that. I used to get so fucking angry, and then I'd be like, Mom, I'm gonna do this thing, and then she'd like say something, and I was like, how dare you? And I would end up doing it, and then I would tell her, see, Mom, I told you I could do it.
Yeah,
and then she was
yeah.
like, and then she would kind of look at me with this like Jedi look, and I was like, wait, did you tell me that in order for me to go and do that?
Exactly.
And she's like, I'm not gonna say yes or no. I was
Yeah,
like, Mom,
exactly.
you can't pull this mind shit
No
on me.
doubt. That's the way to do it, right?
But I do appreciate that she did instill those kind of qualities where it's like you gotta earn what you get.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking to you when you were mentioning You like watching, you know, like them Conor McGregor's 10 years. You don't see the work that they were doing for 10 years, and then they get there and you're like, I want to get there. And then they say it takes like overnight success is 10 years.
Yeah, right.
Right? It's 10 years.
10,000 hours.
10,000.
To become an expert at something, it takes 10,000
Yeah,
hours.
which is, you know, roughly 10 years of
exactly.
just putting in the time.
Yeah.
And so you have health, your family.
The third one.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's tough. I don't know. I mean, I'm blessed that I have this business, that I'm in this business, because I don't know what I would do. It's like, I ain't no lawyer or, you know, an accountant or something. It's like, just happened to, like, the big guy put me in this path, and it kind of pushed over. I didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it kind of pushed me over. And I mean, I always say to my mom, my dad's gone now.
Yeah.
I never really expressed this to him, but, well, maybe I did.
Yeah.
But, you know, how blessed I was and our family was that they, as young people, made the decision to come to Vancouver, of all places on the planet they could have came. Yeah. That it was just had, you know, there's this desire to accept us and be one of the best places on the planet.
Like literally teach us like that's one thing I'm always grateful for, like, because like I was a pretty timid kid when I moved here, because Sweden was like, you know, like running from school home.
Oh, I did the same.
Yeah.
I remember getting chased by this guy's dog.
Yeah.
And he led after me.
Yeah.
At like 7 years old, and I'm running for my life.
Yeah.
And I just happened to kick it in the chin as it was coming in, and on my backswing, on my strides, I kicked it in the head, and that turned it off. But it was coming again.
Yeah.
At 7, man.
Like, and so
London,
when you,
so it's there.
Yeah, it's there. Like, so that's why when you grow up in those circumstances and you come here, it was the same thing. Like, I remember we're in Walmart. This is the level of distrust I was at, where this lady gave us candy. And then she was like, oh, like sweet older lady. And then she left. And then I grabbed it from my younger brother and like threw it out. She's trying to poison us. Like, that's where I was at. I was like, you know, Sweden really didn't, like, you know, you grew up in those, especially as a child.
Well, how long were you guys in Sweden for? How did you get
I was there, well, we moved in.
What did mom and dad do?
It was my mom, my mom and my two brothers leaving under refugee status to Sweden.
Oh, okay.
So that was like...
Where was your dad in all this?
Well, he wasn't able to leave at the time. So he was being viewed as like a political, like, a spy or some shit. Like, so it was, a bunch of shit was happening. So we left without him. But, like, we were already in turmoil in, like, East Africa, right? Like, we were moving around. We was, like, a few years before the 94 genocide. And then from there, we moved right into Sweden. And then from Sweden, I was like, oh, wait, they don't like us because we're a different color now.
Well, that's Sweden's white.
Oh, yeah. And they were like, and it was at that time because the government was spending so much money bringing immigrants there that the locals didn't like it. It's kind of similar what's happening in the States right now.
Yeah.
But same thing, kind of moved here, fortunate enough that the West Coast kind of took us in. And martial arts. That is the shit that, like, really, like... You know, you kind of are thankful for, like, having the
the same. I'd put that in there with the three.
Martial arts.
Martial arts. It changed my life, right?
Yeah, well, that's all. Like, I don't know. Health is one of the most important things that.
Well, I'm realizing that now as I'm getting older. Like, you know, there's some of my boys there, you know, that can't, you know, just go snowboarding. I can't. My knees. I can't.
Yeah.
Like, it's a deal, right?
Yeah.
It really is. Health is a deal. You know, and you know, even guys I went to school with, they, you know, they didn't do what I did, and because I just kept up with the martial arts and the stretch, the flexibility is probably one of the biggest things that is a secret. Is flexibility.
Okay.
Keeping your flexibility, whatever that is. That's a key to health. Actually.
Range of motion.
Range of motion. Yeah. And it helps with your circulation, all that. You know? Yeah. So martial arts, Kirk and martial arts.
Kirk
Jaques. Yeah. No, it's very true.
Well, Ernest, I feel like we're hitting the tail end of
geez, that
our
went quick.
our discussion here, man. Is there any other things you could instill to some new performers? You have given us a lot, but is there something you'd want to end on?
One thing I tell a lot is, think that you're going to have to put in at least 4 years before you start to kind of start making some headway and start making some money that you can say, oh, I'm
Okay.
Unless you are uber talented. There are some people that have come into this business.
Yeah.
We know some of them.
Like Alex.
Alex
Alex is
Atlan.
Atlan. Yeah.
There's a few of these people. Shit. I lost his name now.
There's a lot.
Okay, you can cut this out.
Oh yeah.
Adam Chase.
Adam Chase. Yeah. Adam Chase
is another one.
Yeah.
There's some have this extreme talent that have come in and skyrocket out, but that's rare. It's a rare thing. You really need to put your time in and know that you're not going to get everything that you think you're going to get. There's going to be just some disappointments, but just stick to it. If it's really part of you, then stick with it. And like I say, you got to give it like 4 years. And don't get into it too late.
Yeah.
If your age is a factor.
Yeah. Okay.
I think age is a factor because usually when you're older, you have responsibilities.
Yeah.
And in order to get somewhere in this business, you kind of got to give yourself to it.
Yeah.
And that means not having the money you need to pay your rent.
Yeah. Or maybe the relationship.
Yes.
You're sacrificing a lot.
You got to sacrifice some stuff. So age becomes a factor. I think. You can try it. Start at it too late.
Yeah.
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 No, that's cool, man. That's cool. So you hear that, new performers? It's gonna take a few years for your name to make the rounds, and for people to kind of realize you won't get yourself killed, and for you to also kind of start making the money that you also need to thrive, especially in Vancouver. So be diligent, be patient, and be able to deal with the disappointment. There's going to be disappointment,
for sure.
And if you can't deal with disappointment, then you're not probably built for it.
And also be good at what you do.
Yeah.
You can't beat talent.
Yeah.
You can't beat talent.
Yeah, you got to be proficient, and be willing just to take the hits. That's another
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about now is that in the very, very beginning, when you get called up, you need to execute. And after a while, after you've executed a bunch of times, there comes this sort of confidence for you get from your peers and your coordinators around you that, I know that he or she can do this. I've seen him do it.
Yeah.
Today, it didn't go that well.
Yeah.
But you'll get another chance.
Yeah.
Because you've put time in and you've executed.
Yeah.
But at the very beginning,
Yeah.
you get that call, you better be ready.
Yeah, you better be able to perform.
Be ready and execute and
be
on point.
Yeah.
And then it'll help jump me to the next time. Right?
Copy. So when you get that call, be prepared.
Be prepared.
Be fucking prepared. Ernest Action Jackson, thank you so much for taking the time to kind of impart us with some knowledge. And yeah, man, I'm excited for you that you get to now just sit back and kind of watch the torch. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's a cool place to be.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
It is really neat, actually.
Ernest?
Yeah, respect.
Thanks. Yeah, respect. I hope everyone has a great day. I hope you enjoy episode 9 of Stunt Corner Podcast. Stay training, stay disciplined. And,
good luck to you.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck. In life, whatever it is.
Yeah, good luck.
We the new rebels. They be saying good is bad, they be saying bad is good. Everybody got it misunderstood. I don't know what happened, everybody get to tripping. All the Christians get to slipping. Seem like everybody switching, everybody get to going off the deep end. They was doing good until the week.